Now in this video, I am going to discuss the test for optimality of a non-degenerate solution. First, so in the previous video, we have resolved the degeneracy problem. So first we have get the initial basic feasible solution, then check whether number of allocations is equals to m plus n minus 1. If not, then degeneracy, it's a case of degeneracy. And how to resolve the degeneracy? This is the procedure we have already discussed. Now after allocating the epsilon amount, now the total number of allocations is f6, and now we are having a non-degenerate solution. Now to move further to get the optimum solution, we will use MODI method, and for the development of MODI method we will use the duality. So how to apply the duality? So now the test for optimality of a non-degenerate solution in a transportation problem. Fine. So consider the transportation problem. This is the transportation problem. This is the objective function. Double summation I from 1 to m number of origins, j is equal to 1 to n number of destinations, Cij the cost per unit transportation, and these are the number of units transported from ith origin to jth destination. Subjected to the availability or supplied constraint, summation of j from 1 to n xij is equal to ai. Ai amount is available at the ith origin. Similarly, this is the demand or requirement constraint I from 1 to m xij is equal to bj. That means total bj amount is required at the jth destination, and xij is greater than equals to 0. So this is our problem. Now we will develop this is called the primal problem. Now find out its dual. So its dual, to find out the dual we need dual variables. So for each constraint allocate, for example, if for each availability constraint use ui as the dual variable. So ui is the dual variable. So since here I varies from 1 to m, so these are total m number of variables, u1, u2, um. Similarly for the demand, they are bj and j varies from 1 to n. So these are total n number of constraints. For each constraint we have allocated vj, v1, v2, vn. So these are total n number of variables. These are the dual variables. Now construct the dual problem. So for dual problem we will use first the objective function. Objective function is, since this is the minimization problem, so this will be maximization problem. Maximization of w is equals to, now ai uj, right hand side will be used to form the objective function. So ai uj ui plus bj vj. So these are, add these two because they are total how much? I varies from 1 to m and j varies from 1 to n. So these are total. So just take the total sum. So this is now objective function. Now the constraint is the coefficient of xij, because xij is the variable of the primal. So its coefficient is 1. 1 multiplied by ui is written here, plus 1 multiplied by vj is written here. This is less than equals to, as per the rule. So this is less than equals to Cij, coefficient of Xij in the objective function. Here is Cij. So this is the rule. We have already known this rule. Fine. So this is our dual problem. Here ui and vj are unrestricted in sign. Why? Because we are having equality. Here they are equal. So that's why corresponding dual variable will be unrestricted in size. They may be positive, they may be negative. Fine. And I varies from 1 to m, j varies from 1 to n. So this is the dual problem. Now to solve this dual problem, you have to add a slack variable here. You have to add a slack. So that's why a slack variable is Sij. So add slack variable here, so we get equality. So from here Sij is Cij minus ui minus vj. Fine. Now by complementary slackness condition, because we are having a primal problem and dual problem, so we can combine. If suppose the solution is primal is known to you, then you can easily find out the solution of dual, and if the solution of the dual is known to you, then you can easily find out the solution of the primal with the help of complementary slackness condition. What is that? So now by the complementary slackness condition for a transportation problem, we have Sij. Sij is the slack variable of the dual, multiply by the main decision variable xij of the primal. This is the condition. दो तरह की कंडीशन होती थी, किसी भी एक प्रॉब्लम का स्लैक और सरप्लस वेरिएबल मल्टीप्लाई होता था दूसरी प्रॉब्लम का डिसीजन वेरिएबल के साथ. दिस विल इक्वल टू 0. So here we have used the slack variable of the dual, which is multiplied by the main decision variable of the primal. So their product will be 0. But what is Sij? Sij is Cij minus Ui minus Vj. So this product is equal to 0. Fine. Now here either this quantity is positive or 0. दो पॉसिबिलिटी बनेगी, या तो ये पॉजिटिव होगा या तो ये जीरो होगा, ये नॉन जीरो होगा, या ये नॉन जीरो होगा, ये जीरो होगा. सो लेट अस टेक इफ दिस इज नॉन जीरो क्वांटिटी. अब क्योंकि फिजिबिलिटी इज सेटिस्फाइड, सो ऑब्वियसली व्हेन दिस इज नॉन जीरो, सो ऑब्वियसली दिस विल बी अ पॉजिटिव क्वांटिटी बिकॉज xij इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0. सो इफ xij इज नॉन जीरो देन ऑब्वियसली xij विल बी पॉजिटिव. या तो ये जीरो हो सकता है या पॉजिटिव हो सकता है. अब ये जीरो, तो अगर ये जीरो नहीं है तो obviously this will be a positive value. In that case this quantity will be 0. Fine. In this case this will be 0. And if this is 0 and xij is positive, इसका मतलब आपने कुछ amount allocate किया है. xij is what? xij is the allocation made by you through any of the method, northwest corner method, Vogel's method, or any of the method. So this is the allocation made by you. ये रिप्रेजेंट करता है कि आपने कुछ अलोकेशन किया है. अलोकेशन क्या है? उस सेल में. फाइन. दिस इज द पॉजिटिव. सो सेल इज ऑक्यूपाइड. दैट्स व्हाई दिस सेल इज ऑक्यूपाइड. व्हेनेवर दिस इज पॉजिटिव, दैट मीन्स सेल इज ऑक्यूपाइड. दैट मीन्स फॉर ऑक्यूपाइड सेल Cij minus Ui minus Vj will be 0. Fine. Now when this is 0, because here we have only two possibilities, either positive or 0. So now when this is 0, then either this quantity is positive or negative. अगर ये 0 हो गया तो अब ये चाहे पॉजिटिव हो या नेगेटिव हो, कुछ भी हो. फाइन. सो हियर देयर आर टू पॉसिबिलिटीज, आइदर C एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू 0. इसका मतलब आपने कोई भी अलोकेशन नहीं किया है. दैट मीन्स xij इज कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग सेल इज एक्चुअली द अनऑक्यूपाइड सेल, क्योंकि आपने कोई अलोकेशन ही नहीं किया है. इसका मतलब अनऑक्यूपाइड सेल है. फाइन. तो फॉर ऑक्यूपाइड सेल वी हैव दिस रिलेशन. For unoccupied cell, either this quantity Cij minus Ui minus Vj is positive or Cij minus Ui minus Vj is negative. दोनों पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती हैं. Let us take the first one. When this is positive, then Cij is greater than Ui plus Vj. यानी Cij जो है वो Ui plus Vj से बड़ा हो जाएगा. फाइन. और अगर ये बड़ा हो गया, then it is not desirable to have Xij is positive. फाइन. क्योंकि हमारा जो अब ये दिस इज नॉट अ डिजायरेबल बिकॉज दिस इज ऑलरेडी अनऑक्यूपाइड सेल. सो दिस इज नॉट डिजायरेबल टू हैव xij इज पॉजिटिव बिकॉज इट वुड कॉस्ट मोर टू ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑन द रूट ij. अगर xij पॉजिटिव हो गया तो दिस इज नॉट डिजायरेबल. क्यों? क्योंकि ये तो ऑलरेडी अनऑक्यूपाइड था. आप इसमें और करेंगे, कॉस्ट ज़्यादा है, तो इससे आपकी कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी. सो दिस इज नॉट डिजायरेबल. So this is not desirable. Second part, if Cij minus Ui minus Vj is less than 0, that means Cij is less than Ui plus Vj. This is desirable. Cost should be minimum. Then Xij enters the basis. तो जो अब ij सेल है वो एंटर कर जाएगी आपकी नए बेसिस फॉर्म करने में. Just like in simplex method, entering and leaving, we have to evaluate. So we will use this as the criteria. We will use this as a criteria for unoccupied cells to find the leaving, to find the entering cell. Fine. So now for occupied cell we will use this relation, and for non-occupied cell we will use this relation to find out the entering cell. Fine. Now what is the procedure? So now the procedure is written here. So MODI method, and we will discuss this procedure step by step in the next video. Thank you.